You know, I haven't done one of these final impression videos for a while, but Ashveil is so good and I have to bring one back. So in this video, we're going to be going over my final impressions of Ashveil. Since he's released, I have done absolutely nothing but use him with every single character I own. So this video is going to be kind of building off the first impressions, still kind of talking about the first impressions and how I think from then to now. Unfortunately, no mask for this. I still do have a bit of sickness, so I don't want to put on the mask. And I have so many videos to do to the point that if I put on the mask, I might actually unalive. But the mask still there. I'll bring it back soon, I promise. But yeah, anyway, Ashveil final impressions, let's talk about it. Stuck grinding in Honkai Star Rail? Need Stellar Jades fast? We've got you covered. Head over to U7 Buy, your ultimate gaming hub for save fast and cheap in-game top-ups. Whether it's Star Rail or your other favorite games, U7 delivers instantly and players love it. Check out their Trustpilot reviews, they're actually top ranked. On the Honkai Star Rail direct top-up page, you can recharge your account in seconds. For example, 8080 Honorific shards cost $99.99 in the official store, but on U7 Buy, you can see here it's way cheaper. Just pick your server, enter UID, pay securely, and boom, your account is instantly loaded. Want extra savings? Use code PRETSR at checkout for 5% off, perfect for last minute pulls, battle passes, or surprising a friend. And here's a bonus. If you spend $80 a month on U7 Buy, you can grab the Honkai Star Rail Express Pass for only 1 cent, which is nearly free. Click on the link in my description, recharge fast, save more, and keep blazing those trails. So first, of course, building off the first impressions video, just kind of like a minor recap. Leading up to it, I was super hyped. VA being Dio was so goddamn cool, and I'm a pretty big JoJo's fan now, which is funny because I used to be a hater of JoJo's, and then I watched it finally because I got past being cringe, and I fell in love with it. So funny how that happens. Yep, Dio VA had to pull him for just that. He was also just really cool, and him being La Mancha and all, and we practically knew this. So it was very obvious from the trailers. And then in-game spoiler was confirmed. Was hoping he was going to be a single target DPS or a follow-up DPS. Lo and behold, he was both. Then his beta stuff came out. He was really cool, blah, blah, blah. We went through V1 to V3 where he got annihilated kind of, but then got some compensation back to make him at least really fun still. To the point where I find him more fun to use, but I still had my gripes of the fact that he had a little too much taken away. I think some of his multipliers could have come back, and also the fact that they should have kept something for his skill being the charge on skill, and also the team follow-up damage percent. I still do stand by all this. From first impressions to final impressions, those are, I'm just gonna get out the bad right away. I do still wish his skill gave him a charge. I do still wish his follow-up attack damage still applied to the team rather than just himself, and I do wish he still had like 50 to 100% of a multiplier value back. But anyway, as you guys know, I've tested this guy so many times at different investment levels: low cost, medium cost, high cost. Him himself at like E2S1, E0S1, E0S0, E2S0. I've just done like every combination besides like the obvious weird ones of doing like E3, E4, or E5. There really wasn't a single level where I ever was disappointed. Like even low cost follow-up team, like the actual one with face shot rather than just hyper carry Ashveil, since hyper carry Ashveil is better. Even at that, where people are like E0S1, E0S0, it's still pretty difficult to get a passable clear with just like average builds and stuff, because I don't always test on like full eagle and stuff when it comes to these kind of characters. Usually to start, I do very like average builds and see what I can do. It was like fine. It's not really something that blew me away, but that's to be expected. One, it's low cost. Two, the team has face shot kind of bringing it down in my opinion, because she's just older. It just kind of is what it is. But once you got it's a little more investment and or just a little bit building around eagle, because face shot holds eagle really well. Ashveil can hold eagle pretty well on that team. Mainly outside of it, I don't ever think I'd run him on eagle, but on the face shot team specifically, I would. Putting Dance on Chibi, and then also maybe even running eagle on a sustain the slot. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. Once you got into like the more cool stuff with like high speed rotations, eagle setups, once I did get to dabble in that, low cost stuff did feel really fun. I am by no means a crazy good player. I think I myself am pretty average, so I can't really utilize these as good as those players can, but I still found it to be very fun and overall definitely achievable. Would I consider myself average? I actually don't know what average players do nowadays, I'm not gonna lie. Like, is being acquainted with action value and also eagle setups and dance setups, is that above average nowadays? Comment down below if you know, because I actually have no idea. I'm like thinking that like average would be most people that just give like the classic build and just call it good, you know, they just hit monitor remembrance, they just click buttons, all that, because that's all you kind of have to do if you have good teams. I don't really know what the average player is considered anymore, so let me know if you know. But yeah, when it came to low cost, usually for hyper carry, I was completely fine with the performance. It was very fun, always getting 0 to maybe 1 cycle on average. On the follow-up team, it would usually be like around maybe 3. With eagle setups, I could get it down to like 1-ish, maybe 2. It is really fun though, because follow-up team is my favorite archetype in the game, and I have a lot of fun with it, but I am a zero cycler at heart, so not getting the zero cycle is kind of painful for me, but you know, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet in testing. But it's so fun, bro. I actually just can't get over how fun this guy is. It doesn't matter if he is not performing like the greatest because of like low investment teams or whatever the hell, then getting to medium invested, high invested, whatever. It's just every level, bro. I can't, like, this video is not even a final impressions at this point. It's just gonna be me fanboying. Bro, this guy is so goddamn fun. I can't get over it. You mainly have heard me talk about low cost clears and stuff and performance wise, but like around like more medium investments, so like people having their light cone, maybe like E1, E2, maybe not E2 actually, but like around the E1 to E0, primarily E0 S1s. That stuff is like where you can really feel like he is performing good, especially as a character who actually doesn't have his full team. At hyper carry level, he does do really good. Again, keep in mind, this is a sub DPS. Unfortunately, he doesn't get like the sub DPS for a main DPS treatment, as well as Evernight or Sparksy did, but he still is doing pretty damn good, despite how much he got quote-unquote gutted. So even as like a medium invested in team, he just performs good. At medium investment, this guy can zero cycle very, very frequently. Honestly, the better way to play him with higher investment, in my opinion, obviously before we get into like ridiculous investment, would be like E2, E1 supports, like E1 Tribby, E2 Sparkle, so on and so forth. That stuff for him is really just damn good. It's really good for anyone, to be honest, but for him specifically, just because his vertical is pretty garbage. I'm really sad they didn't really give him that good vertical, and they also made his vertical technically worse because the further vulnerability was reduced from 80 to 50%, I mean, for HP in the requirement, and then his light cone was changed off defense shred because the defense shred from his light cone just works so much better since he already had 40. So that was a little tragic, so I do wish his vertical was better, but you know, is what it is. But yeah, a medium investment, and just to like byproduct a higher investment too, this guy is a monster, bro, and he's just so fun. The follow-up attacks, the voice lines, the animations, the ultimate. Like, I'm telling you, every time you guys see this guy in the background footage, it is me geeking. When he ults, I snap my fingers too, bro. Like, it's so cool. I genuinely don't think I've ever had more fun in a gacha game, period. And it's just crazy to think about that this guy doesn't even have his full team. Like, he is designed to be a quote-unquote sub DPS, and he has practically zero teammates that are going to be tailored for him right now, assuming that it's going to be true. Like, we'll see with like when the blade stuff happens. We'll have to hope it ends up being true. If he's performing this well, I cannot wait to see what this guy is capable of when he has teammates he perfectly synergizes with. Like, if his future characters have good debuffs with maybe even more defense shred because he himself gets to 40, so you do have a lot more wiggle room to add in more. And then if they have good frequency to consume his charges, so he has his follow-up attacks on cooldown, because it's better to have it on cooldown technically, because then you're building up back, and enough frequency to really charge him. And then of course having actual like good damage. Like, imagine we had like a modern Fei Xiao. The team would be so much more insane because Fei Xiao would be doing a lot more damage, maybe even having more frequency technically. Like, I really do hope this entire team plays out, because dude, if the team plays out, I can't imagine how good this guy's gonna be and how good his value is gonna be. And he's also just generally a good sub DPS. Like, he isn't optimal in a lot of places, but he is still just like a nice sustain the slot in. Like, I think he actually is Archer's best in slot sustain this teammate. I can put him with my Anaxa. Again, I've used him with literally every single unit I own, which is almost every unit in the game. There's a very few handful of units I don't own, which is just like what, Rappa, the Herda, Firefly, Dahlia, Sparksy, and now soon probably I'm not going to be getting Silver Wolf or Evanescea, so those two I guess. Maybe Evanescea on the rerun, we'll see. But yeah, I've used them with every other DPS, bro, and it's just fun because mine is super invested. So I technically can do that, and bro, it's just so... I've said it's fun so many times, but like, I just gotta get the point across, bro. It is so much goddamn fun to use this guy. And then now slightly talking about my investment, because my account is very invested in. My Ashveil is at E6 S5. The dude is a monster. A world where his dupes weren't 1.x level. I have the same gripe with Anaxa. That guy also has 1.x level dupes. It's crazy how I've E6 two units that have 1.x units dupes, because I don't know. It just, everyone I want to E6 just ends up having bad dupes, except Evernight. That is where I lucked out, because that E1, E2 is godlike, E4 sucks, E6 very good. And is probably the only character in the game that gets a really big benefit from the talent upgrade, just because she upgrades the per point of Memoria. But yeah, anyway, so my Ashveil, this guy just goes on every team. DPS Yaoguang, he makes it even hit harder. DPS Aventurian is so back, bro. I've never seen my Aventurian hit harder numbers. I use him with characters like Blade. I tried to get Jinglu to zero cycle. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Mine just doesn't have enough investment, I guess. Bro, I've used him with Remembrance just because why not? My play clear right now on the zero cycle record is Evernight, Cyrene, Hyacine, and just Ashveil. He's just there because why not? He just performs good everywhere, bro. I am so happy that he's a good slot in the end, and a quote-unquote sub DPS that has very good main DPS potential. I personally cannot wait to see what his future team is gonna do. I actually hope it happens, and I do hope it consists of my favorite characters like it potentially will be, because if it does have a Aventurine SP, who is my favorite Hoyo character to begin with, alongside the Blade SP, who might be for him, if I can run those three, and then the last saw I can just put on Nova Flare Welt, because Nova Flare Welt is beyond stupid. Bro, that's my favorite team in the game. I'm running that everywhere. That's just 4 of some of my favorite characters in the game. I can even throw a Noxa in there for the 4th slot instead of Welt, bro, because why not? But yeah, you guys can tell my final impressions of Ashveil. I am so happy at every single investment cost. Low investment, medium investment, high investment, insane investment. He is so fun. He is probably the most fun I've had in a gacha game to begin with, and that obviously byproduct means he is my favorite unit in the game by far. It was Anaxa before him, now it's Ashveil. That does bring this video to a close. My final impressions, you guys can tell I'm very happy. If you also did pull for Ashveil, definitely comment down below what you guys think about him too. Are you guys having as much fun as I am? Which you're not, trust me. But yeah, comment down below how much fun you're having with him. Are you happy with his performance and stuff, where you use him, so on and so forth. If you found this video enjoyable to watch, dropping a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel or haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon for future videos like this, along with all other types of style content. And I'll see you later. Peace out.